Hey guys, Kapper here, and today is opening day of deer season in Kentucky. Can you believe that? September 5th. And I had hoped to be down there to do a little bit of hunting, but it's not going to happen. But I am going down there to work on the deer towers. The weather has cooled off. I'm reading 58 right now. Sunny forecast for a few days, so I'm hoping, I'm not even going to hope what I'm going to get done, but yeah, I'm going to work on them 2 deer towers. I do have one of the blinds there that I hope to build. We'll just see how it goes. So, and Mrs. Kapper's also going. We're going solo today because she's got all of her equipment. She's got to go rent a saw in one direction and I'm going the other direction. Anyways, let's have a fun day trip. Today is country music, not much rock and roll, maybe a little later on. Love it in small town USA. You don't really see many American flags flying in some of the bigger cities now, do you? Okay, so I got Mrs. Kapper set up in here. She couldn't rent one, so we just bought a tile saw. She's gonna get started in here. And I've got her command post out here on the deck with all of her tools. And she's got plenty to pick away at, so we're gonna have an update. And Dwight's here. I'm gonna head up to the hill and try and put one of the towers in. We'll see. He said it's soaking wet up there. Okay, so Dwight just showed me a top ninja spot for my second tower, and he told me where my first tower is going. It is wet and nasty, but the time's come. It's too bad whether it's wet or not. Food plots are doing great. He set up a corn feeder and he said there was a nice 8-point buck, broad daylight, right in one of my food plots. So that tells me the plots are doing pretty well. I'll get you an update today for sure. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tractor. I got a ditch that I made for one of my watering holes and it's getting eroded, so I have to cross it. So I'm going to take the tractor and I'm going to do that first. And then I'm going to grab one of these towers right here. I'm going right between the twin towers. Oh yeah, and real quick, speaking of my neighbor Dwight, look at how nice this turnaround bump out came out that he did. This is where he was kind of stuck in his Kubota when this was really soft, and I kind of pulled him out, but looks really good, Dwight, man. I think you done good work, buddy. Let's get back up to the field. Far. All right, this is our setup.
Film of it now.
Yeah.
It's set. All in between don't matter.
Right.
Well, it could, but
Okay, we had to add a chain. The strap was just stretching, so we got the strap and a chain, and we got a 4x4 wedged in between basically the bottom lip of the bucket and the tower. So it's feeling really good. I got the bush hog behind me for a counterweight, so I'm going to go forward downhill, but normally if I don't have a good counterweight, I'd go in reverse downhill because this whole stretch is downhill. But that bush hog sticks out quite far, and it's a really nice counterweight. I just got to watch not to snag the ground on the way down. It'll tear that thing quick. Ah, what a beautiful day in the woods here. Coming up to the ditch that I filled in here a minute ago. So here's the ditch here. I definitely would not have wanted to, hang on, I gotta tweak this just a tiny bit. Definitely would not have wanted to cross this the way the ditch was. Work down there. Oh, a little tippy, but not too bad. Nice, and that's why I had the ditch there, because I was filling this watering hole with collecting all the rainwater down this hillside. Alright, almost there. This is all pretty good stretch right here. Right, we got it set down safely. It's not level, but I'll show you a view from all directions. But
at least it's still in one part.
Oh, it's all in one piece, man. We made it.
Down in first gear.
Yeah. So I tried to save myself a little shovel work and tried to smash this front end down that needed to go down a little bit because the dirt was soft, but it wasn't happening, so I'm gonna have to do some hand digging with the shovel.
Come on in a little bit more. Oh. Now roll your bucket in. Roll it on in. We'll just start picking up the tractor. Go ahead and roll it in. Alright, now see if you can pull it down.
So now we're pushing it up so I could dig a little bit. These two front holes need to come down substantially more yet. You can curl it back a little more. No, the other way. A little more. All right, bring it forward. All right. Getting real close. Mrs. Kapper is working on the tile, so here's a sneak peek. Slow progress on both ends, hers and mine, but it is progress nonetheless. So Dwight's running up. We've got the tower just about set. He's running up for some shims, some 2x6 pieces, but let's go take a look at this food plot that this tower is looking over. One of the two food plots. It's looking really good. It's coming on where they're starting to eat it. Although surprisingly, they haven't eaten on this side here at all. This is where they should start, is the 4-grain mix. I usually plant it a little heavier than Curtis. There's a few nipped off there, so maybe they're beginning. But man, it's beautiful out here. Just a beautiful, quiet area. This is a little bit thin in here, but it'll all thicken up, you know, as it starts rooting out. This is where, right from this tree here, that great big buck from last year crossed right across this field. I got them in several angles back here. Here's some clover coming up over here. I usually do the side closest to the woods in clover. That just helps me remember it, but there ain't much coming up here. Brassicas are doing really good though. All right, let's go finish this tower out and at least have some success. Look at that, that's beautiful. Here comes Dwight with our shims. We'll get this thing finished up. What a beautiful day. So for the ladders, I use two 4x4s and 2x4s. I use 11-inch spacing. If I remember right, that seemed to be the best for my past ones. And just build it all the way down, and then you're gonna pick the high side of the tower. Hopefully it coincides kind of with where you want it, but you pick the high side and you could use 10-footers like this on a 10-foot tower. Okay, I got the blind in here, tools, power tools, trail cams and batteries, regular tools, and the ladder. But my back is out, so I want to get that blind built, but I don't know if I'll make it. But at least I'm going to get the ladder on, and we're going to get a view from the new tower and see how it goes from there. Rock and roll, baby. Then back down the lane. At least I can get it tacked down though, the screws. Alright, maiden trip. Looking forward to putting that ladder on here. Okay, I got the ladder on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoist everything up to the top there. Alright, just like that, and it's easier to scoop it out. I'd probably get a few more inches closer, but I didn't have a spotter. Alright, spacing's kind of tight up here. I forced myself to get this started, so there's the footprint. So I build this platform 7x7 and I get a 6-foot blind. Again, by design. But what a beautiful view up here, man. I need to trim a little bit, some higher branches, and I'm hoping the thermals, I know which way they're going. I'm hoping they're going down through that gap. But I can't be sure. I won't know because there's so many up and down hills. But man, it's beautiful out here. Okay, this is where I'm finishing the day at. I got, you know, this steel frame about halfway done maybe. Getting a little ornery and cranky, so I tacked it down so it won't blow off of here. Covered all the parts up with the tarp here, and I'll keep the instructions. Don't want to leave them out here and get them wet, and call it in for the day. But successful day, definitely.